The Australian transit visa is completely free. Hiya, it's a girl, the sassy engineer, and I'm just sitting down here and admiring my jade plant. It's a succulent. So I've had this plant for getting to 2 years now. No, 1 year. I've had this plant for a year now, and it used to have a red. The leaves were lined, and the edges red. And at first, I liked it. I was like, "Oh, so cute," but then I realized that it was actually deprived of something, either too much sun or water. So I was just like, I can't deal. During the winter period, I moved it inside the house, and it became an indoor plant, and it's been looking green and nice ever since. Summer has not been summering, so when summer summers, I will take it outside again and water it as I can. But I actually like the fact that it's green. I don't really like it when the red is intense. Anyway, so since New Zealand borders open to international visitors, I've noticed that some airlines that used to fly directly to New Zealand now transit through Australia. So I'm talking about airlines like Qatar, Emirates. They now transit through Australia. The implication of this is that if you're traveling to New Zealand using these airlines, you may have to transit through Australia. The question then becomes, do you need a transit visa, an Australian transit visa? I'll let the Australian immigration website do the answering. So these are the terms and conditions. And as you see here, if you are not from any of these countries, you will require a transit visa. The Australian transit visa will allow you to enter Australia up to 72 hours. If you intend to stay for longer, then you would have to consider other visa options. The number of international visitors to New Zealand has increased, and that means that there are so many people that will require these transit visas, but they don't really know how to go about doing it. And you find that some of these unknowing passengers, they get stuck in layover countries for hours or days, and they end up, spending money that they should have used in settling in just to get themselves out of that situation. So they find themselves in a rift. In Nigeria, they're not going to even let you travel. You know, go come out for that airport until you provide your transit visa. It's frustrating, but in a way, it's good because it saves you from getting stranded in an unknown land. Especially these days, that if you travel and you show your passport that you're Nigerian, everybody starts looking at you as a suspect. Even people who are the suspect to start looking at you like, "Whoa, who is this person?" Yeah, it's happening. So it can be frustrating though. You're all packed, ready to check out of the country for your holiday or relocating or whatever, and you're told that you're transiting through Australia, you will need a transit visa. It can be frustrating, but I think it's good in a sense that it protects you. It's better to be stranded in Lagos or Abuja than to be stranded in Thailand or wherever. So if your only citizenship is Nigerian, then you will need a transit visa if you're transiting to Australia. I've read stories, I've heard stories, and I also know a few people who have experienced this thing. They were, all set and ready to travel, and they found that very close to their travel time that they needed transit visa. The agent hadn't told them that they needed transit visa. When you employ an agent, you expect that they will tell you everything you need to know, because maybe you're probably busy, or you're not confident in yourself searching, or you have so many things going on, or you just need an agent to help you out in doing this thing because they have expert knowledge, right? But no, the agent told them that they don't need transit visa, only for them to now find out in discussion with me or even at the airport that they needed transit visa, which means they now have to spend money that they did not plan to spend in changing flights. So it's very frustrating. Anyway, how do you apply for this? The Australian transit visa is completely free, and you can apply for it online. To apply online, you visit the Australian immigration website, create an account, or log in if you've already created an account, and then start a new application and follow the instructions. On their website, the information on transit visa will tell you the processing times, but I feel like if your flight is close by, they can expedite the process. That's just my opinion. They also say that there are chances of your transit visa application being rejected, and that is true because I have known people who had their Australian transit visa application rejected. So it's not a guarantee that you will get it. So you have to actually fill out every information that they ask for. When you are ready to apply, you create an account or you log in if you have created one already. Then you start a new application. It will ask you what type of application, of course, visitor visa. And then under visitor visa, you select transit visa and you go on to the first page. The first page is the terms and condition. You read the terms and condition, many people don't read it. And click yes, you move on to the second page. There are 12 pages in total in this application form. The second page asks for the application context to check if the transit visa is the right visa for you. Once you've answered that, you move next to the third page, and this is all about you. This is where they collect your personal details, your name, your date of birth, your passport details, your relationship, your citizenship, your place of birth, and your health. Once you've completed all this, you move on to the fourth page. The fourth page is a confirmation page. It asks to confirm the initial details, so the details you filled on page 3. Check if your details are correct, that the spelling is right. If not, click previous and go to the next page to the previous page to correct whatever mistakes you've observed. When you're satisfied, click next to the fourth page, and if you're satisfied with your corrections, you click next, which will take you to the fifth page. Contact details is collected on this part of the form. So your country of residence, your residential address, your postal address, your contact number, your email address. Now, throughout this form, you will see this icon, the question mark icon. When you see it, click it for more information. It will open on a new tab. Now, this is helpful if you are confused on how to answer that question or what that question actually means. As an example, I'm confused. Should I put my country code or not? I click the question mark and it opens up and shows me the correct format. The explanation on this icon also helps you understand if the question applies to your situation. The sixth page is all about authorized correspondence. So if you want someone to receive your emails and notification on your behalf, this is where you fill everything. And it's very useful if you are using agents or if you are filling the form on behalf of your aged parents. So because your parents cannot check the email for whatever reason, you have to put your own email details and confirm once you're satisfied. And click next to get to the seventh page, which is all about your transit details. So your departure, your arrival, where are you coming from, where are you going to, etc., etc. Health declaration is on the 8th page. So have you been to another country? Do you plan to use their medical services while you're transiting? And other related health questions. Once you've answered this question, you move on to the next page, which is all about your character. The character declaration is just to check your criminal record and if you've broken any law. Have you served in the military, etc., etc. I would suggest that you be as honest as possible. Would they say no? I don't know. I cannot say. But if you've had a criminal record, then it will be best to speak to a lawyer or an immigration advisor about that. I cannot really advise you on that. Then you come on to the 10th page, and this is all about your visa history. Have you held a visa before? Have you ever had your visa application declined? Have you overstayed a visa? Have you broken the visa conditions? If you've answered yes to any of these questions, explain it in as much detail as possible. Number 11 page has all your transit declaration. So yes, no, yes, no, yes, no. You answer as it applies to you. 12th page has more declaration. And once you're done accepting or declining these declarations, you click next and it will take you to the review page. This is where you review your application to find out if you've made any mistake. So check that everything is correct. If you spot any mistake, simply click edit details on that section and it will take you back to the section to correct whatever mistake you spotted. The only thing is that when you click next, it's not going to take you straight to the review page. It will take you back to the next section after that section. So you may have to keep clicking next till you get to the review page. And then when you get to the review page, once again, you review your application. Once you're satisfied with the application, you click next and follow the prompt to submit your application. So that is the simple and straightforward way of applying for a transit visa online. All right, a word of caution. I know you pay agents to do the work for you, but in my humble opinion, I would suggest that you also do a little bit of research to have a general idea of what you're applying for. That way, if the agent misses something, you can call the agent to like, hey, you missed this. This is just my humble opinion, and I'm speaking from experience. If this video has helped you and you want to see more of these videos, give it a thumbs up and subscribe. If it hasn't, subscribe anyway. All the best in your travels, and see you in the next video. Bye now.